There we go. Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, apparently they gave us an extension for a Follies event, right? I saw that. Anyways, this is Rage Bait. Permanent injury and a Gnarls. What the fuck? Why did they do this to us? This is like the second time this has happened, actually. What do we want here? I think this is a Hildren week. We have what? What do we got here? Got dog shit, Stubba, Azathane. There we go. Then we gotta get Hildren. Once again, Hildren just stays winning for no fucking reason. And away we go. Yeah, we have a dev stream coming up, don't we? What's that? I think that's like, what, like the 24th? 25th? Something like that, right? '24th, yeah, that's what I thought. Wow, this Volt gives me like ice physics. Like my moment between that and the condition, my momentum is just like all over the place. But like, what the fuck is happening? Do we know anything about the dev stream this coming? Or are we just in the dark as per usual? Get this guy out of here. Go home, bozo. No one likes you. Get this guy out of here. There we go. Oh, someone's dead already? Jesus, alright, sure, man. I got you. Hang on with these ice physics. Pop, lock, and drop it. Where's he coming from? Where does he go? Where does he come from? Cotton Eye Joe. It had been Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. God, I am just carrying, Jesus. Okay. That's kind of terrifying. Ah. Into the abyss I go. Revenant died, chat. Everyone point and laugh. Point and laugh, the Revenant died. How did we even get here? Humiliation ritual hours. Oh, this volt speed is really fucking me up. Because it's like forward momentum, but it's not vertical momentum. It's just weird. I still go up and down slowly, but I move forward and around really, really quickly. Like, Hildren being slow genuinely kind of is, like, a balancing mechanism here. Like, yeah, her projectiles go far, but you still need to be, like, within a visual sight of the enemies, generally speaking. Oh, there we go. Let's get everyone out of here. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Where's our buddy? Get all my shields back because that button's dumb. Like, what a dumb fucking button to be able to push, man. You know, I wonder if they're ever actually going to fix, like, enemy damage scaling. It's kind of one of those weird ones where it's like, I think it would be overall better for the game if they made it so that enemies don't one-shot people at a certain level. But I can also kind of see, like, why they don't make it so that enemy damage scaling is normal or feasible or just functions at all. Because I genuinely think that, enemy damage scaling is kind of like one of, like, the last big pain points of, you know, stuff like level cap and that sort of thing, right? Where it's kind of like the big gatekeeper of, you know, can my Warframe do level cap? Is, can they survive at level cap? And I think that, like I said, it is healthy that enemies are doing a significant amount of damage at a certain point, that, you know, certain survivability methods aren't as viable, but the fact that at a certain point, it wasn't until, you know, we got persistence that health tanking was basically an all-viable near level cap. Despite it being, you know, kind of the premier tanking method, because it actually utilized armor, the innate form of damage reduction that all Warframes have. So it's kind of this weird, like, counterintuitive design. And, like, I really do think that in the grand scheme of things, having enemy damage be manageable, not like no, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, oh, make it so that enemies like can't kill you, because I mean they already kind of have a hard time doing that. But what I'm saying is make it so that enemy damage isn't so absurd that you are getting one shot regardless of what, you know, defensive investment you have that isn't like a gate of some kind. Because I think that that aspect of it is a little bullshit. Because if you think about it, like, oh, I can have like a bunch of damage reduction and shields and all that good stuff. But the moment I hit, like, you know, a certain level threshold, I don't remember exactly what it is, but like there's a certain point where enemy damage just gets so absurd that it really doesn't matter how much investment I have, how much armor I have, how much damage reduction I have. Unless it is, like, you have, like, 3 sources of 90% DR, which is very hard to get. I think off the top of my head, I think, like, maybe Mesa is one of the few who can actually get that. And it's like you have Overguard as well, which has no damage reduction, and becomes a glorified second, you know, shield gate, right? So like, oh, well, Overguard doesn't matter at high level either. You see, this Volt is dying here, a perfect example. Not really, but... Oh, my... Yeah, that's the other thing about damage scaling. It's not even just our survivability. It's the survivability of objectives. Objectives surviving has been a huge, huge pain point of the game for quite some time now. We only recently had buffs to, like, excavators, I think, in Duviri. For their health. But, like, that is very clearly kind of a... not really solving the core issue there. Now, the other side of this argument, right, which I think is important to acknowledge, is, well, if you take away enemy damage scaling like that, you kind of remove, like, the concept of levels almost entirely. Because that already is... applicable for enemy health values. I think it was last year or the year before that. What they did is they made it so that enemy health scales and then plateaus at, I think, about, like, level 250 something. And from there, it's basically mostly, like, linear addition and not really getting significantly bigger. So that, like, killing an enemy at, like, 250 is going to be the same at killing a level at level cap. Like, they're both going to have very comparable health values. Like, obviously the level cap one is going to be tankier, but not to a significant extent. It's like, not only are you kind of removing, like, what makes, like, a level have a purpose in the game, like enemy levels having purpose outside of the early game, the other thing you're removing is that there's a couple Warframes out there who actually really do enjoy that scaling because they can utilize it for their own kits, and without that, makes them significantly weaker. Nyx and Rhino are 2 very good examples. Rhino's, you know, Overguard actually gets to decent values at high level to the point where it's relevant. And Nyx's damage scaling is entirely reliant off the fact that enemy damage scales as high as it does. Because after a certain point, enemy damage outscales their own health values, and actually having them fight each other has value. And that's kind of a big selling point of her kit, is that she is able to utilize that. But if that were to be removed, then I think that big, major damage dealing aspect of her kit would be gone. Although that's kind of a symptom of a different issue entirely, in that enemies fighting each other has never been good and never... You know, I don't know if it will ever be good. But it is something worth noting. You know, like, radiation as a status is as weak as it is because of that reason. But that's an entirely separate tangent. But I think that the real question we have to ask ourselves is, like, what if we were to change the enemy damage scaling, to what end would that be for? Because that would imply that we would probably be hitting much higher levels in general for the common player base. Because that's the thing, is that level cap damage doesn't really matter, because a grand majority of the player base has never even seen level cap, never even been that high of a level. They've only gone up to, like, maybe elite Deep Archimedia levels, which is, like, what, like 400, 500? Somewhere in that ballpark. And that's, like, the highest they've seen. So anything beyond that is just kind of... Like, why would they balance around that upper level? Why would they balance that level at all? Because it's just not relevant. But I do think that there comes a time where I think it is going to gradually, you know, creep up. And we will start, you know, like, there will very easily be a day. In fact, we kind of see it in Duviri. Duviri kind of has this, but, you know, we have decrees to buff us that kind of mitigate that. But, you know, I think that there will be a day when we just see raw level 1000 enemies in normal content. I think that that is a very realistic thing that will happen at some point. Either it's via a weekly, or we just get that far in the progression scaling. Because like I said, we're already, like, almost halfway there because of EDA, ETA. So I would not be surprised if we saw just, like, raw level 1000s, 4 digits, in quote-unquote normal content. That you could, like, boot up a mission and immediately see that level. So it really depends if DE is willing to do that, is willing to go that far, to actually utilize the full span of, you know, like, the level scaling. There we go, was doing a quick recording there. Let me shut off Photoshop. That is lagging my computer so bad. I was eating up a bunch of my CPU. Yeah, so hello, Scarecrow, how are we doing? Yeah, the trick to it is just imagine that you're not fighting them. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think damage is even that bad at level 1000, but it's kind of like the point where it's like, oh, you really start to, like, feel, you know, like, lighter defensive builds. The Venato, are you... Augment? Ooh. Okay. You know, I think I have completed, like, every single Nightwave passively for, like, the past couple. Because I was like, oh, I'm just doing weekly and stuff, and, like, that's more than enough to usually get me through it, typically. Yeah, exactly. Like, you need more. I think, as memory serves, back before, you know, we had persistence, and I was taking a Naros through Duviri, I think I remember the breaking point being, like, generally, like, level 2000-ish, where it's like, oh, he just, like, can't really keep up with it. Or he was having to do, like, too many, like, tricks and jumps and spinaroos to, you know, not die. Oh yeah, the Bonato's got, like, Baruch's thing, isn't it? Yeah, we failed, by the way, so we have to redo, because the, thing died immediately. Yeah, how are we all doing tonight, by the way? Glad I could all see you. Minecraft build and drawing? I see. Yeah, I've been on the drawing bend as well, actually, very recently. I've had a long break from it, but I'm picking it back up again recently. I am doing quite wonderfully. Had a decent night's sleep, so... we're just straight balling. You know, I really do think that Hildren being slow in her 4 is, like, a genuine balancing mechanism. Like, her 4 having a lot of startup and end lag, and her just being slow in general in it, is, I think, all very relevant. And, like, intentional design. Yeah, no, like, it really is, it really does feel intentional. And, like, she can, like, roll around, so she's not, like, slow, she's just cumbersome to move. Although I do, okay, so one thing I will say, though, not Jade's speed, but just full vertical mobility, I think would be really nice. I think that the way that they have her right now is really obnoxious and just, like, doesn't really serve a purpose. Like, it is a limitation, but it's not really a limitation in a good way. I think the reason why they don't change her flying is that you might be able to carry enemies away if you do that because of the way that her 4 works. I think that is why they have intentionally avoided it. Yeah, her hover falling into cat. That, like I said, that's the the stupid part, honestly. And, like, there are some remedies, like, you could put, what is it? Actually, chat. Does Wrathful Advance work in Hildren's 4? If somebody doesn't know, check right now. I actually need to know this. This is interesting information. Like, I'm wondering, like, oh, does it just bar you from using it, or, like, what happens? Because that's a really fascinating interaction to think about. See, Chad, this is what we're all about on this channel, coming up with straight bullshit. You saw Operator Void Dash get hype? But no, yeah, like, you wouldn't trade that. But I think it's just more of like, oh, does this even work at all? Because I feel like there could be some interesting implications with that. Get that motherfucker. I want him dead. Thank you. My 4 broke for a minute there. I almost lost my life. Oh, for once I'm not carrying in damage. That's kind of incredible. Last one's just a disruption, yeah. It was a pretty easy EDA this week. You know, it is really crazy to think about how much of a power creep Archon shards were. Like, holy shit, man. They did so much power creep in the game, it's kind of ridiculous. Get out of here, bozo. Beautiful. Oh, interesting. Now, I can't imagine you can target an enemy with it, right? There's no way you can, like, heavy attack an enemy, right? There's no way. It makes the noise, but no heavy attack? Interesting. That's really bizarre. You could have never thought how good they are? How good what is? Archon shards? I've not really seen the changes to vaulting. I like, haven't really noticed it. A fire rate boost. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Gonna get your ass. Oh, it spawned right on top of me. Oh, up their bodies trying to climb the ledge of a 6-foot box? I see. Why so? I'll have to slot that on her and see how it feels later. Well, like, how would that work in railjack and lich hunting? Like, like, how would that be the benefit? You know? But I'm more so talking, like, why specifically those? Does a lot of damage, is untouchable, and I don't have to think. Now she's super fast as well. Yeah. No, like, this is what we do on this channel, chat. We just cook bullshit. If my build isn't upsetting to the devs, I don't want to use it. I see. Yeah, I might have to look at her for that. And the thing is, it's like you also still have Pillage, which is just the worst version of it, you know? A worse version of Rebuild Shields. So, like, there's that as well. And you could also just, like, not be in your 4 for a little bit, too. Like, she has such good shield regen with Aegis and whatnot that it's like, oh, who fucking needs it, you know? But that's the thing, is that Hildryn is legitimately super tanky just on her own, even outside of her 4. Like, she loses some of the DR from, like, the Aviator-type mods, but that's kind of besides the point. Like, you have 10k shields and Arcane Aegis, like, you are... And, like, adaptation on there, too, you are set to fucking go. Like, Hildryn can really be Shield and Aros if she wants to be. See, I would like Eclipse a lot more if it didn't fuck your fashion. That's what bugs me, like, the most, is that it just ruins your fashion so badly. Multiplicative damage 1 in 4, what? I thought Eclipse was additive. Unless that is exclusive to Hildryn's 4 for some fuck-ass reason. Not that her 4 needs to be doing more damage, mind you. Yeah, yeah, that's when they changed it. Yeah, Scarecrow's right. Although I wouldn't put it past it to be multiplicative for no fucking reason on random bullshit like Hildryn's 4, just because, fuck you spaghetti code, you know? Like, I could totally see it being like that. Like, look at the nightmare that is condition overload, right? Like, how are you supposed to fucking deal with that? Like, genuinely, as a dev, how do you fix condition overload? Like, what do you do without sounding broke or bad? Alrighty. Let's grab Nyx, because I want to get shit done today. I don't feel like fucking around. Move it, but give you $200 exactly? It's unique to any multiplicative buff? What does that mean? That's weird. That's a weird That's strange phrasing, actually. What do they mean by this? Don't you love parkour speed, chat? Children without weighted... This is Nyx without weighted training gear. Like, her 4 is her in the weighted gi from Dragon Ball. I see. That's really fucking weird. Huh. That is bizarre. Off we go. Look at how fucking fast she is. You just fucking zooming. Nyx does not give a single flying fuck-a-doodle-doo. I'm gonna beat all these frauds there. Come on, bro. There we go. Too bad this really doesn't turn her 4 off, because that would also be the best thing ever if that were the case. What are we talking about? We're talking about Nyx's 4? Where the fuck am I going? What is this loop-de-loop bullshit? Oh, Hildren with Wrathful Advance. Hildren can also use parkour velocity as well, chat. That is something that is worth looking into. Like, it does make her roll significantly better, but the thing is she doesn't really have room for it, which sucks a lot. Damn, I am getting, like, heat checked by random bullshit for no fucking reason. Go, do a crime. There we go, now we're getting our DPS up. That was a little preemptive. I would probably use orders at a time, but I used the Chrono Prime as my main for so many years that I'm sick of Tonfas. True! Fuck Tonfas! Cronin Prime was like the same thing, I'm pretty sure. It also had like some goofy little passive, didn't it? Like mobility passive or whatever, but like slightly different. Nick's top 1% DPS chat. Trust. Oh, do a crime. Kill, maim, crush, destroy. Out of here, bozo. Who's the other fish steer? Zaku Prime, huh? Interesting. Oh, it's close. But, before they still split on variant weapons? Yeah. The split sucked, but, like, I understand why it happened. Ooh, Zaw, let's go. A Zaw Riven? Or no, oh, you got it as one of your weapons you use, yeah. Yeah, Zaws are just free spaces, basically. Would it be interesting if they, instead of being just a Zaw, it required you to use a specific strike? I think that would be interesting. Zaw. Yeah, haha, har har har. Funny. Let's go knock out ETA. ETA sucks. All my homies hate ETA, chat. Look at you, edgelord. Yeah, I really wish we got more Zaws too. I am the #1 purveyor and enjoyer of Zaws. I am John Zaw. Permanent injury again? Jesus. I guess we're doing Dante this week. Can't type. Oral Archimedia, Lethargic Shield, Chairs, Attica, Vasto, Galatine. Damn, that's a classy loadout. Vasto Galatine, ooh. That's classy. Let's get it diddly done over with. Is that popping tank sits? I have no idea. Oh, great. Another shitty tank. Why is it always the tank, chat? I'm sick of this shit. Sick of fighting that stupid time-eating tank. Oh, sealed armor. But I just have to strafe these guys until I find the weak spot. Vaguely somewhere. RPG's only tank. Kill me. It takes so fucking long. It does count for breaking the barriers and damaging the tank. Oh, interesting. Good to know. I mean, I would assume it would. I don't know why it wouldn't count. It would seem really weird for it not to, you know? Where the fuck is everything? It's easy to get lost in this tile set. Get out of here, you bum. Now, why does shit do so much fucking damage? Oh my god. It's just ridiculous. X-Girl and Scooby-Doo? I wonder if this person likes, Scooby-Doo chat. What a classy name. For whatever reason, that thing's damage was locked to 10. That's bizarre. That is really weird. It's probably similar to, like, emplacement guns, though. Because I think that those are damage locked as well, if memory serves. By the way, something I wish that Folly could spawn, is an emplacement gun. That'd be so fun. Really makes me sad that she can't. There's, like, a lot of, like, shit that I feel like would have been really fun with Folly that we just didn't get to do. Either because the devs didn't implement it intentionally, or just didn't think of it, or either just wasn't space. Again, where is my minigun? Oh my god, I'm just getting so much, like, particle effects. Jesus. God, I love sealed armor. It's my favorite. Death auras, but for enemies to run into that. Yeah, that'd be fun. If you ever get a waypoint stuck on your screen, chat, if you ever get a waypoint stuck on your screen, the best way to fix it is to place down a waypoint of your own. That usually overwrites it and fixes it, because it causes your waypoint UI to update. But I can't see anything. I'm shooting blind out here. Shooting ropes. Alright, that was the extract then. Crazy. What was this? I started playing 2018. What is? The sticky waypoints? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it is kind of weird that that still exists, but... Okay, this, at least this one doesn't have anything annoying attached to it. Doesn't look like. Now it's just the wait for the cat to do his fucking job game. All these particle effects. For no reason. What a neat idea for endless game mode, but the Legocides are just so awful to fight, yeah. I can't even fucking see him. Elaborate your points, Scarecrow, because I don't really see the vision. Endless boss rush with the bosses getting tougher to defeat each time spawns a new idea. Anything needs to be more variety. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see where you're going with that, yeah. That is interesting. Kind of circles back to the problem with boss fights in the game, though. Is that, like, this is just a game not built to have boss fights, really. Even though it does. Like, there's, the design infrastructure is just not there because of the nature of the game and how it works. Because unlike other games, bosses can't be defined by their health bar because of how the game works, and they can't really be defined by how much damage they do because damage is all relative. So it's like, what the fuck do you do with a boss in this game, you know? Like, how do you make a boss an interesting, different, and engaging experience compared to just fighting a normal enemy? But also not make it tedious and fucking annoying. Because, like, that's kind of a huge problem. God, remember when Legacytes had a damage attenuation chat? That fucking sucked. Like, there's a couple okay bosses, but again, like I said, you're not gonna get a good boss experience out of Warframe. That's just simply not, like, you can make bosses that are decently well-designed for the game, but you're never really gonna get a boss that's like, oh wow, this was a really engaging and fun fight, where I had to learn the mechanics and overcome a challenge. Like, that, like, a boss fight is never going to be that in this game. The most it's gonna be is a gear check. You know? Like, bosses just can't really exist in this game. I think, like, Aura Worm is, like, one of the few decent ones. In my opinion. Other than that, there's not a lot I can think of. Like, I guess, gun to my head, I think Raptor is also actually a really good boss. Most people don't think about the Raptor because it's such an early game boss that's, like, kind of a pushover. But, like, mechanically, the Raptor is actually pretty good. Like, I think the Raptor is, like, one of the best designed bosses in the game. Because you can kill it quickly, but killing it doesn't mean that you actually win. Because there's a step 2 to its process that is, like, entirely dependent on you as the player. And also has some mechanical challenge to it. I'd say Fragmented is just, like, alright. Like I said, I really do think that, Ambulance as well, but I feel like Ambulance isn't as much of a boss fight. But, like, I think that if you look at all of them, I think that Corpus actually has some of the best boss fights. Consistently. Like, across everything, I think Corpus, have, like, Raptor's good, Ambulance is good, Jackal is good, but that's because they really went hard on that one. the spider orbs are also good, obviously. Like, I feel like that's kind of cheating to say those. I feel like saying Eidolons as well is kind of cheating too, because that's its own thing. But even then, right? Like, you look at Eidolons and you look at how fast people speedrun them, and it's just like, this is a boss fight for most people, but like, it really can just be broken open. Grineer boss fights are, this doesn't actually work anymore because of how old it is. That's what Grineer boss fights are. Yeah, okay, yeah, I would say Ropalolist is pretty good. A little bit unintuitive, but good. Like, there's a couple, like, boss fights in Warframe that are like, yeah, okay, like, this was a not torturous experience, but, like, I feel like you're never gonna get a boss that is, like, good, you know? Maybe my standards for boss fights are too high. Yes, they did, exactly! That's my point. Like, it's just so absurd. Also, chat, look at the tiny waypoint. Look at that. It's like the waypoint, but it's tiny. Supervore looks kind of neat. I haven't fought that either. That is definitely one thing that I've, like, neglected to look at. You know, I think a good video idea for the next dev stream is, do a, what matters most segment. Basically, because the problem I have with dev streams, right, is that there's so much fluff. There's so much shit that just doesn't fucking matter. You know? That we just kind of put up with for, like, no fucking reason. Jordas Golem, hey Tara, how we doing? Good to see you. Well, at least we're getting lots of rockets. I'm the only one apparently shooting the barrier. Yeah, they've had the first half hour with, like, essentially nothing. Yeah, like, anything that actually matters is, like, very, very sparse. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, is create, like a YouTube segment of just, like, oh, here's what actually matters in the dev stream. Just make it like a 3 minutes long, like, quick overview. Like, I genuinely have to watch dev streams on 2x speed, and I rarely watch them live. Just because there's so much, like, fluff and filler that just doesn't matter. Oh, insta-hack. Wonderful news. Italius did that? I see. I think there's still space to do that. And it's like, I get why they do that, though. It's like, they have to... Like, it is actually pretty hard to fill an hour with, like, raw new content month after month. Like, not only that, like, there is, like, a lot of information. Like, they do announce stuff that it's like, well, it's technically fluff. It's like, it's still an announcement of, like, oh, hey, TennoCon, this, and this. Like, housekeeping does serve an important purpose. Yeah, that was, I will say I don't necessarily count that, because I think a lot of that dev stream was primarily just because it was PAX. Like, they wanted to do a fun show for PAX. And like, have it be more of, like, an entertainment segment for the con, which is like, okay, that's fine, that's respectable. I'm fine with that. Like, if that's what it is, if that's what it's for, then sure, man. By all means, go right ahead. I'm cool with that. Damn, they just don't let you carry the Thermian RPGs between missions. I can't see shit out of this thing! Any of y'all know that scene from Django Unchained? My wife worked on cutting these eye holes for you. It's so fucking funny. Like, honestly, Django Unchained is like a generational movie. Okay, well, I mean, that's good. At least they're doing that. Not that I care about dev stream drops, honestly. Like, I'm at a point in the game's lifespan where, like, I have so much shit. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, God. You know, I'm just gonna do my best to keep these fuckers alive. Why is it just aiming at me, for fuck's sake? Aim at someone else, asshole. Are we dead ass? Oh, so we're locking abilities now. I see how it is. Now, let's just keep everyone alive here. Actually, despite the weirdness, I prefer when the companies did wacky stuff to get in touch with the community. Yeah, that is nice. Like, I think that is something that we do kind of take for granted. Alright, my turn. I get to do the funny machine gun thing this time, chat. Woo! God, I wish we had that. The pizza game mode? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean Face Off? Yeah! Yeah, Face Off fucking... Again, the thing is, having played Face Off, like, these modifiers actually are your lifeblood in that game. Like, again, I know it's crazy to say, but, like, I actually think that Face Off is really well designed. Unlike Conclave. At least when I played it, I don't know how much it's changed, because they might have patched, like, some of the intriguing stuff about it. Like, there was a meta, right? Like, we had Garuda, like, the meta was, like, Garuda Necros. And, like, Garuda Necros Wisp was, like, the meta. We had Wisp for getting around fast. We had Garuda to kill the fucking bum guys. You guys remember, what were their name? The Bao Baos. Because we had the Bao Bao round, where the Bao Baos just take fucking forever to kill. But what you could do is you could have Garuda use her insta-kill threshold to insta-kill them. That did work on them. And that was like a huge, huge time save over the other team. Yeah, so basically what it is you're trying to complete like a set of 3 missions as fast as possible before the other team. And, like, those face-off modifiers are basically, like... So, like, the reason the face-off modifiers exist is to basically prevent, things from being too closely tied and having, like, tiny little mistakes be the deciding factor, right? That was the thing. that was like nice is that like, oh, like little hiccups here and there would not be game determinative. And that was partially because of modifiers. And that was nice about it, right? Like, you'd either buff your team or debuff their team. I believe. I think that's how it works. But yeah, so yeah, Garuda was there for that. Wisp was there for obvious movement and general buffing. And then Necros. Necros was super interesting, right? Because in 1999 there's a game mode. You very rarely see it. So most people actually don't know what the fuck it's about. But basically it's like gas cans, right? You have to collect a bunch of it's kind of like it's basically excavation. Minus the health. You had to get a bunch of gas cans for this thing or whatever, right? And the thing is Necros could actually double the amount of gas cans. So basically, you know, the excavation battery carriers, right? Like if you killed one of those, it would have a chance to drop a second of its carried item instead of just the one. So there was basically a huge lead advantage you could get with Necros. And that was like the biggest part of it, was getting the lead on that. Yes, it is actually, like, the best way to get Conclave standing. Like, if there is something you want from Conclave, do Face-Off. I did Face-Off, like, basically, like, that was all I did for, like, the week that 1999 came out, because I knew that game mode was going to be a lot harder to queue for later on in its life. But I got it. I got mine. I got in, got out, got everything I needed out of Conclave standing, and I never have to do Conclave again. Because I just got everything I wanted out of it. Very, very nice. And the nice thing about it is that you get Conclave standing, like, even if you fail. Like, even if you lose, you get Conclave standing. That's the thing. And that's what made it really nice. So it's like, so the way I would put it is that it is a long grind to get Conclave standing. Like there are obviously standing caps. It is beholden to that. So that definitely does elongate the grind. And you do need to sit down and commit to it. But like, what I'm saying is that you can just do that and just treat it like any other Warframe farm. That's kind of tedious. Or you can try to real Conclave, and no one's fucking doing that. But again, I actually do really like the Conclave skins, because they, there's a lot of them where you don't get to have the regular weapon skin on a Prime weapon. There's no variant of that, so that's one of the few ways you can get default skins on Prime weapons. Is through their Conclave variants, and like that's a huge, huge deal. And that is what makes a lot of them worth getting, because they're also nice looking as well. Like they look nice. Ooh, hey, Omniforma. Neat. Here, I'll go show one real quick. Get the fuck out of Helvania. Ba, 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 ba. Oh yeah, you get to see my fuck-ass awful Noko. I made him even worse. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the Conclave skins are really, really nice. And they color gorgeously, too. Yeah, look at my Noko. I made him worse. I gave him even more, like, thermal coloring. Yeah, let me just switch off of that here real quick. So So this is a Conclave skin. Like, this is gorgeous. Like, look at that. Like, that colors so cleanly. Also have the Latron as well. Let's see, which one uses that? This is not it. Oh, this one's Conclave. This one's Conclave as well. Like, this is gorgeous. I absolutely adore this. Like, that this is such a worthwhile skin to get. Let's go see what's on the radar for, Sendia. If there's anything worthwhile. It does not look like it. That means we can just go do farm. Yeah, like I said, there's good shit in there. There's good shit in there. High key recommend. Oh wait, hang on, chat. I have to go peep this real quick. Hang on. This is an important detour. I have to go peep this. I just I have to see. I have to see, chat. I have to see. Because this looks funny as fuck. I want to see how much, Alright, come on, any day now would be great. Be nice. $16,000 shields, chat. Ain't that something? That's just that's like an extra like 5,000 shields from the 300% power strength. That's wild. Alright, I just needed to take that quick detour. Because that's just funny. That's so fucking funny. These animals are so funny, it makes me want to merge into traffic without looking. Alright, anyways, back to doing Folly stuff. Yeah, the Lex skin is really good. I don't know if I got that one. Mainly because at the time, I actually have a very unique Lex skin that is completely unavailable anymore. You cannot get this skin. It is the Lex Onyx skin. Or at least if it is available somewhere, I don't know where, but this was like the default pistol skin before the protocol skins came out. And I used this skin to death. Because this shit looks so clean. Like, this felt like a regular fucking pistol with like a laser sight under it. Shit felt like a fucking blicky, you know? But then protocols happened, and it's like, oh, that's just funny. Anyways, we were gonna take, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. We're gonna be right back, chat, before we get into the farm here. All right, we are back. All right, let's see here. Want to be in public. Let's go get her done. Find me a squad, please. Alrighty. No follies yet. We only have the the last ephemera, and then we have and we have that Syndana to get. So we'll be in the shitter, but we'll get through it tonight. Let me just draw the... I fucking love Exodia Hunt, chat. Exodia Hunt is one of those arcanes where it's like, once you, like, figure out its true potential, like, you unlock its true potential by understanding it, like, it becomes one of the best, Za arcanes. On the Zas that can fully utilize it. Heavy Blades are obviously the best for it. The thing is with Exodia Hunt, the definition of a slam is super liberal. Like I said, me just throwing my sword on the ground like this, that is a slam. That counts. So every time I hit my sword when doing the basic hold E combo, that draws enemies in. And it also knocks them down as well, so that triggers afflictions. So it's gathering enemies up in a small area, knocking them down with afflictions, and then giving them 1 Gorillion statuses, all while hitting them with fat fucking crit damage as well. Because it does that for no fucking reason. Genuinely a fucked up, weapon. These fucking guys, though. I swear. Find paint? Why, I'd never. I wish I could force status effects. That'd be really nice. On those fucking guys. Like, that's the interesting thing about Heavy Blades, chat, is that they're very weird in that their stances are good, but in unconventional ways. Oh yeah, if Grendel could Katamari, I'm sure the devs would be all over that, but the problem would probably be performance, if I had to guess. And also just general bugginess. That sounds like a coding nightmare. If I'm being honest. Like, oh, would it be, like, if they made, like, a Katamari minigame with Grendel, that would be fucking fantastic. I just don't see that happening, though. Katamari is such a good game. I'm so slow. Blech. I feel like I had a train of thought, then I completely lost it. I don't know what I was talking about before Katamari. Actually, hang on. I just had a thought, chat. I just had a very fascinating idea. The operator arcane that's like, oh, you get heat damage on your weapons, per kill or whatever, right? I'm wondering if that has any, Trout applications. It feels like it might. And I'm very curious. Chat, what would you guys say has been the best update in the past 5 years to this game overall? Hard mode, no big end-of-year updates. Because I feel like that's kind of cheating. I'll wait and get a couple answers from you guys before I state my own opinion. Because I'm genuinely curious what people think has been, like, in it, like, one of the most impactful updates. Overall. But, like I said, this is not counting end-of-year updates. Because, like I said, those are kind of cheating. I'm like, past 5 years, past 5 years. Something like that. Very Paradox? Was that an end-of-year update? I swear that wasn't it? Oh, okay, so that wasn't one of the big, like, super-duper we're building up to it updates, I guess. Also, I should probably check. Alright, well, you have fun. But I do think that, I do think that Jade Shadows is probably, the #1. At least for me personally. I think that there's just so, like, much little stuff that it added that was so nice. Cannonade mods being one of them. Like, it added, like a handful of, like, weird mods that just, like, threw a wrench in everything. Added a bunch of arcanes, added a whole new game mode that was actually pretty good. Added Jade herself, which was amazing. Added a phenomenal, one of the best story quests in years. Honestly, better than a lot of, like, the main quest stories, if I'm being honest. Did Barrow have anything interesting last week? I actually forgot to check him. It completely slipped my mind. I hope I didn't miss anything, like, relevant. Otherwise, I will just drive a needle in my skull. Right, what do I got? Okay, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Okay, thank God. He had a doll. Just like a floof or whatever. Yeah, isn't apparently he coming like every weekend now? For like whatever reason, just because special, I guess. Any day now would be great. Yeah, he just had a floof. Yeah, figures. Can I get in the queue, please? You know, it is really crazy in terms of like game development, how much Valve's IPs have managed to stay culturally relevant, like all of them. Like you think about it and like fuck, like I would try to think of like an example. Like I mean, because it's all of them, right? It's Portal 2. You still see like shit from like Portal 2, Half-Life, obviously Team Fortress, like all of the stuff that they've made is like still like quoted or referenced or talked about to this day, despite none of it like having any actual new IP relevant stuff for decades at this point. Like I mean, Half-Life has Half-Life VR and Alyx and whatever garbage, but like that's not really anything, you know? I was thinking about a poster, it's like, oh, like, what truly are, like, some, like, the most prolific game devs of all time, you know? Like, who has been some of the best? And, like, Valve has to be up there just because, like, every single one of the games that they've ever made has been a phenomenal game. Granted, it is a lot of similar genre stuff, but they're all still amazing in their own right. Yes, they are the primary yeah, Left 4 Dead, exactly. Like, they made Left 4 Dead too. And then that's just like another one on the laundry list of, oh, culturally relevant title. Again, this isn't even talking about, like, not even cultural relevance, like, just, like, having active player bases. Like, Counter-Strike has been going on for years. And years and years. Left 4 Dead has a super active modding scene. Gary's Mod is Gary's Mod. Which ties a lot of it together. Yeah, like, Left 4 Dead, again, a really good title add to the list. Like, I think out of their track record, I think, like, they proportionally have some of the most successful games, compared to the, like, amount of games that they've released as a studio, right? Because, like, it's almost, like, par for par, like, every fucking game that they have made has been extremely well received, you know, cultural success for years and years and years. Like, I mean, you look at the walking corpse that is Team Fortress 2. And you think, like, it says a lot to a game that a game is that well loved that it has maintained its player base, like, years after, like, proper update support has ended. Their games are iconic. Like I said, like they're exactly, they're iconic games. Yeah, they only made 10 or 15, but it's like every single one of them has been amazing. Like, I genuinely cannot think of a Valve game that is, like, received as mid or bad. Whereas, like, you can look at basically any other, like, developer and, like, oh yeah, they had, like a shitter here, a shitter here, this one sucked. But no, Valve, just every single one was a hit. All of them. And like I said, part of what keeps it alive is its, you know, like, cultural and mimetic relevance. Because, like, memes, believe it or not, do play a hand in, you know, keeping these games alive. And the thing is, it's like, Valve did make a game recently, like Half-Life Alyx. Like, that's like one of their most recent titles, and it's like a really good game. Like, from, like, I have heard nothing about, like, but, like, good things about that game. Which is honestly quite incredible. I guess it's a VR game, so it's like, it's kind of a gimmick, but, like, it's a good gimmick. It does the thing well. It makes full use of VR as a, you know, system. Like, I genuinely think that Valve is fully capable. And, okay, actually, I think there is, like, one game I can think of, chat, that is, like, not good. And it's the Dota card game. Oh, yeah, Deadlock, of course. Yeah, Deadlock. Exactly. People have been fucking loving that game. But no, I think it was like that, like, Dota card game spin-off. Like, that's, like, the only one I can think of where it's like, yeah, that's whatever. No one fucking cared. That's, like, 1 to 15. Like, even factoring that in, like, that's such an amazing ratio of, like, good games to not, you know? It's like, okay, like, yeah, they're probably gonna have some shovelware in there, here and there. But it's just, like, whatever, but... at the end of the day... it's all good. Any of these that are, like, super fast. Spy, assassination, capture... okay, we got some captures. Let's just go get these done, because these are fast. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, there's really not much to be said. And like I said, I don't think there's any other, like, developer out there who has that kind of track record. Like, I think the only... actually, you know what? There is one. There is one, but I almost don't want to count it because of how specialized they are. And that is FromSoft. I feel like it's a little bit cheating to say FromSoft because they only ever really make one kind of game. But, like, everything, like, most of the things that they have made have been really, really good. Like, okay, they have 2 games. They have Armored Core and they have Souls-likes. And even then, there's very, like, similar interchangeability between those. Like, come on, man. But no, I think FromSoft is also, like, extremely consistent in quality. Like I would trust them with any given IP. Like, if you told me that, okay, FromSoft is going to make the next Mario game, I'd be like, alright, let's do it, you know? Like... or, oh, FromSoft is making a Pokemon game now. Like, oh, alright, I trust them. Full send, full heart. Nah, Rockstar is... I don't know, I feel like Rockstar has a couple issues. They're decent, but... I think they have some shortcomings as a studio. Namely, their inability to, like, branch out, I guess. Like, a lot of... like, they're very, like... consistent thematically. Very, like, RP heavy, like, grounded, realistic type stuff. Yeah, like I said, I don't think Rockstar is a good one. I just think that they're a little bit shakier. But like I said, FromSoft is really good. Valve is really are both, like, banger for banger, point for point. Like, everything that they make is gold. I'm trying to think, like, if there's anything else off the top of my head. Ooh, actually, okay, I've thought of a third one, chat. I've thought of a third one. This one's probably the weakest of the 3. that we have now, including this one. id Software. I think id Software has been pretty consistent in quality. Very sparse, but very consistent. And like, granted, it's a lot of Doom. A lot of it is Doom, and like that's it's Doom. It's just Doom. And it's like, yeah, they have like Wolfenstein in there, and they have like a couple like odds and ends, but like, I would still say that they are consistent. Now, if we're talking about all-time highs, that becomes a much more interesting conversation to think about. Because then I think it dramatically shifts to, I actually think Nintendo takes that. Like, if we're just talking about, like, who, like, what companies have had, like, the highest highs, I think it goes to Nintendo pretty safely. Just because, again, Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Metroid, like... Banger, 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 banger. Like, they revolutionized video games, they saved video games in, like, the fucking 80s, like... There's really not much you can... like, compare that to, you know? Oh, damn, easy captures. I hope Nintendo fucking crashes. I really do. I hope that everything that they've built upon comes to bite them in the fucking ass. And I hope doubly true for Game Freak. Because fuck Game Freak. Or fuck TPC, more specifically. Hashtag not my Pokemon. But like I said, I really do think, it's like, the thing is though, even if you consider them on the verge of crashing down, like, they are still phenomenally successful. Like, that is something undeniable. Like, again, for example, look at Tomodachi Life right now. Like, just casual banger. Like, they're still capable of producing really, really good things. Yeah, like I said, again, I really hope that that resolves in any fucking timely manner, so we can all just get on with our lives and watch Nintendo lose. But that's an entirely different conversation. I really wish there was a place where we could follow, like, live updates on the Pal World lawsuit. Can anyone check if there's been any news on that lately? I actually have not looked. I feel like I would have heard something, but I'm really curious to know if, like, anything has come out of it yet. So it's a very pretty color scheme for Sevagoth. Oh, you know what's another good one for like all-time highs? Bethesda. That's a great one. Because like on one side of the spectrum you have Skyrim and like Fallout New Vegas. On the other side you have Fallout 76. Like you have some like all-time like goated video games, and then you have abysmal dog shit. Honestly, quite incredible that they've managed to hit like both sides of that. What mod did I get? Garbage. Other benefit to doing nightmare missions, Chad, is that you're gonna get hammer shots occasionally. Just out of fucking nowhere for no reason. Also, hang on, let me check. 88 owned, and I need... Okay. Yeah, Fallout 76 and Starfield, yeah. But like I said, you have fucking Skyrim, which, again, I think it cannot be understated how much, like, Skyrim kind of revolutionized the gaming world. And, like, it basically set a new standard for, like, fantasy RPG. It also set the standard for, like, open world as well. Like, Skyrim, I feel like, was one of the first, like, really just massively successful open worlds, like, outside of, like, GTA, I guess. Like, I guess GTA is there, but, like, I feel like Skyrim was, like, the first one to say like, okay, like, here's how you do an open world, you know? I don't know if that's controversial to say. 67? Fallout 67? No! It's Fallout 67! No! Oh, no! Oh, fuck. No, terrible information. Oh, that's terrible. I hate it here. Awful. Something I had not considered until I did. Oh, man. That's just diabolical. Yeah, everyone on that Inaro shit today, huh? That's a cool looking Nova. All out 6-7. Wildfire, whatever. Should probably go check my foundry, shouldn't I? That'd be a good idea. And maybe after this we can go run some relics. Cause we're almost there. Or any that are like quick. Series assassination is probably fast. That's just like the whatever bullshit. Random bullshit go. Oh, is it like low gravity? I think it's low gravity, isn't it? What the fuck? Oh, right, I still have my Twitch notifications up? What the fuck? That's so funny! Someone's in the wrong place, chat. Wonder how that happened. That's so fucking wild. We're just on some bullshit, too. Like, Electro and Boar is like one of the most... I am not streaming on Twitch, no. This really is just the random bullshit fight that just... Shoot them until they explode, I guess. Because they will eventually, it just doesn't look like it. We'll get him eventually, guys, I promise. There we go. Energy channel! God, what a dog shit mod, chat. Chat, are they ever gonna fix energy channel? How many of these do I have? Alright, I need to do like 2 more nightmares, I guess. There's a survival somewhere, I believe. What are the conditions for that? Is it anything annoying? Survival. Oh, hey, a capture that just shat itself out of nowhere. Cool. Never mind then. It is the worst mod in the history of ever, actually. Here, let's read together this awful dog shit. Channel. Let's see. Converts 50% of energy used to up to 50 bonus damage. Oh, hang on. Hang on. 50. Did I say 50? Oh, I'm sorry. 200 bonus damage on next melee attack. A whole 200 damage. Wow. Honestly, quite incredible. That a mod is that terrible. Genuinely impressive. And this fool got, like, no power strength. What the fuck? Yeah, it's a paperweight mod. That's for sure. You know, that might be a fun video, is top 5 worst fucking mods ever. Top 5, why would you use this? What are the worst mods in this game? That would be interesting. Alright, I need one more random thing, and I don't want to have to do that. So is there anything here that is just, like, fast? Yeah, rescue seems decent enough. Rescue makes me not want to gouge my eyes out, so... And we can do some relic farming for the last little bit here. Because I do want to get the Paragale. That's something I'm a little bit asleep on. I'll just let them do their shit, I guess. Ain't no purpose having too many cooks in the kitchen out there. Moist critical, except it's not spelled right. What the fuck did they mean by this? Oh wow, I love waypoints that are made of fucking bullshit and are stupid. What do you think about her melee? Venato Prime? I have not used the Venato Prime, but it looks like it's probably really good. Considering it's got, like, what, that, like, reactive storm augment, that's basically just some bullshit. At least that's the impression I'm getting. Wait, isn't it 65, not 60? Fuck, do I need to do one more? Shit, I think I need to do one more, chat. Fuck. Oh well. Google Fortress Rescue, absolutely fucking not. Ugh. Corpus Spy, that's probably quick enough. That's pretty piss easy. It should be easy enough. Just bum through. Fettuccine hours, who up? What one is this? Oh, it's this one. Now, I really wonder when they're gonna redo the Corpus, aesthetics on, like, what is it? Fucking... like, Venus and Pluto to, like, match with the rest of it. Because, like, there's some that have been updated, but there's some that have not. Which is an important note. Fuck this. I'm not pussyfooting around this. I'm fast enough, I can just do this. The I just don't fucking care mode. What is he doing all the way over there? Oh, that's where this goes. Okay. Assuming he's at B. Alright, I'm going C then. Every frame is a stealth frame if you kill enough people. Oh, he died? What the fuck? That's not a good sign. Whee! I just fucking bum rush it here. Damn. Fucking 2+2S. I've not gotten a single auto hack, chat. I'm actually just gonna melt my skull with acid. This is horseshit. I hate it here. I leave, please? Thank you. Enemy. Ah, jump scare, exterminate. Fucking these guys. This is just 100, which, like, isn't that bad. And lots of combo going on here. It's quite rare to see combo in, like, any context. At least that was quick. Alright, that should be enough for everything I need. Thank God. I probably could have just gone to the Orcus relay, but, like, whatever. Who cares? Not me. Grab this shit. Grab this shit. There we go. All done. Thank God. Ugh. Chad, is there anyone who actually cares about sigils? Like, outside of the ones that actually do stuff, you know? I have one of every folly piece, which is nice. Probably get to cooking those. Plop. Plop. And, I won't worry about that. Plop. Plop. Yes, of course I am. Of course I'm fucking sure. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm a little stupid? You think I'm silly? Relic pack. Give me that shit. Airgale Prime Receiver. Okay, we got one, two pieces. None of the gold. Fuck. Alright, New Loca, you're gonna have to bail me out. Come on, Paragale. Come on, Paragale. Come on. Come on. Fuck. Damn, we just got, like, nothing out of that. Holy shit. That's awful. Oh well. Yeah, let's go throw this in there, I guess. Just do a quick exterm. On Leadaro. One-hand gamer. Damn, he's gaming with one hand. Where's the other one? What happened to the other hand, chat? What happened to the other hand? I was gonna say he's fucking jorking it. He stopped to type. He stopped to type. I'm very curious about the answer. I saw he has what? He said, I have CP on the right side. I hope that's... I hope that means, like, carpal tunnel or something. I only assume that is a medical abbreviation for something I am not familiar with. You can check the chat. I need to know the answer. I need to know what he's fucking talking about. I said, I am guessing it is a medical... A cerebral palsy, that's what he's talking about. Okay, that makes sense. There we go, Prime. Oh shit, thank you. That's very nice. Where the hell did you get an entire extra set from? That makes my life a lot easier. 'Cause I believe I do have a Perigale ribbon sitting around. Also, do I have you in game somewhere? I don't know if I do, actually. Because I think you came with YouTube, right? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Here, have all Ziddy. Thank you very much, appreciated. I need to figure out what the hell my Riven is, actually. I haven't looked at it in some time, because it was... I remember when I got the Perigale, I was like, wow, this gun has a lot of potential. I want to wait for the Prime to actually, like, really invest in it. Like, I got a Riven, I picked it up, I built the Perigale, and it's like, this has potential. Let me see here. Because the nice thing about it is combined with Crux, it's really, really powerful. Let's see here. Yeah, Perigale Acro. Oh my god, beautiful. Look at that. Disgusting. Oh yeah, I didn't have the mod capacity for it. That's what was going on here. Yeah, Acro, fucking crit chance, crit damage, minus slash, like, that's fucking beautiful. Alright, we're gonna have to build that as soon as possible here. Also, I need to make sure I don't fuck with my loadout. I'm very anal retentive about keeping my loadouts nice and neat, because if I let myself get sloppy with it, it will all just fall apart. Like, I have to be hard on myself, or else my loadouts will just be a mess and I won't ever actually use them. And it will just be a nightmare for me. There we go. Paragale on the dock. Well, that solves that. We have a Paragale, we have Enkaus, yeah, the Enkaus, I know that's just like the fucking status beam weapon, Ooga Booga. Splatoon-ass gun. And then we'll be getting Folly systems. Oh, we might do another stream this week, we'll see. Might have enough to do. Actually, we probably will. We probably will. Because of the dev stream, yeah. I'll probably do one after the dev stream. And try and, like, do that, get a video pushed out as well. That will be on the schedule, so... But for now, I think I have everything that I need for tonight, so I will bid you all farewell. It's so weird not having to, like, raid out, like, in Twitch, because, Twitch etiquette is that you usually raid when you end stream. Like, it's pretty weird to not do that. Yes, I will see you all later. And have a wonderful